You know what makes a thriller really, truly terrifying? It's not just what you see, it's what you hear. Today, we're tearing down a story that actually uses sound as a weapon, Ravenwood's Whisperer. We're going to dive into the characters, the twists, and just what makes this story so incredibly creepy.
Okay, so the entire story, the whole thing hinges on this one horrifying idea. This isn't your typical slasher. No, this is about a killer who steals something way more personal than a life. They steal a person's last moment, their final breath, and they twist it into a psychological weapon. It's an unforgettable, bone-chilling signature.
So the stage for this whole nightmare is Ravenwood, a little town that feels like it's perpetually lost in the Oregon pine forests. And the mist here? It's not just weather, it's practically its own character, covering up the town and all its dark secrets. Yeah, it's the perfect hunting ground for a killer who moves like a ghost.
So this killer, the Whisperer, is more of a ghost than a person. By wiping away every single physical trace, they force the investigation away from the crime scene and straight into the minds of the investigators. That recording? It isn't just a clue. It's a psychological attack, a puzzle literally designed to break the people trying to solve it.
So, who are the players in this deadly game? Well, in a town as small and as cagey as Ravenwood, you better believe everyone is connected. And as we're about to see, every single connection is either a potential motive or a potential target.
And right here, this is the story's core tension, all wrapped up in two people. On one side, you've got Detective Hale, a guy whose own mind is becoming a crime scene, totally haunted by a past failure. And on the other, Dr. Carter, the town psychologist who's sitting right in the middle of this web of secrets. He's desperate for the truth, but she might be the one burying it. And hey, it's not just about our two main characters. This town is full of people pulling the story in all sorts of different directions. You've got Sheriff Briggs, who seems more worried about protecting old secrets than finding a killer. And then there's his daughter, Maya, a journalist who's dead set on exposing those very secrets. It's this whole other layer of tension.
So as Lucas starts digging, the case doesn't just get more complicated, it gets intensely personal. The Whisperer isn't just killing people, they are waging a very targeted psychological war on the one man who's trying to stop them.
Now check this out. This is what's so clever. This timeline isn't just tracking the case. It's a perfect map of Lucas's mental state completely falling apart. Each new body, each new clue, it's not just a step forward in the case. It's another hard push, sending him right to the edge. By week 4, the real mystery isn't just who the killer is, it's whether Lucas can even trust his own mind anymore.
So the one single thread connecting every single victim is Dr. Carter. That just can't be a coincidence, right? As Lucas finds himself getting closer to her, he has to face this terrifying possibility. Is the one person he's starting to trust actually the mastermind behind everything?
All right, we're heading into the final act now, and this is where everything just gets flipped on its head. We find out that the murders, the whispers, all the psychological torment, it was all just an elaborate distraction from the killer's real and truly devastating game.
When Lucas finally stumbles on the killer's lair, this hidden cabin deep in the woods, he doesn't just find evidence, he finds a shrine. There are photos, old tapes, years of research, and right in the middle of it all is him. The horrifying truth just hits him. This was never, ever about the victims.
And that's the gut punch. The killer wasn't just committing murders. They were recreating Lucas's biggest failure, that one unsolved case that completely broke him years ago. Each victim was a stand-in, each scene a carefully staged reenactment. This wasn't a killing spree. It was a psychological demolition job, designed to pull him apart, piece by piece.
The endgame here is just a masterclass in psychological warfare. It's not just a physical fight for survival. When the killer's identity is finally revealed, and it's deeply tied to Dr. Carter's past, Lucas has to confront not just a murderer, but the living, breathing embodiment of his own guilt and trauma.
But wait, there's one final, absolutely devastating piece to this puzzle. After the fight, after everything, Lucas finds the killer's ultimate trophy, a brand new tape. And on it is a recording of his own voice, captured during his darkest moments of despair. The Whisperer's collection was never about the victims. The final spot on the shelf was always, always for him.
Which leaves us with the central, chilling question of the whole story. It's not about catching a criminal, right? It's about surviving an enemy who has mapped out your psyche and turned your own mind into a weapon against you.
So what happens when the killer knows your mind better than you do? And what do you do when the trap isn't around you, but inside you?